Good morning, Pier Runners. Today is Sunday, June 25th, 2023. We have some awesome coffee today. It's a very special coffee, and I won't forget to rate it, I promise. Today in Cruise News Land, we're going to talk about Portland's new deepwater berth, Viking Cruises, helping out Minnesota, and Canada's crappy situation. Oh, also, we're going to be talking about the Carnival legend and what were they celebrating in the Bahamas. But first, let's drink this coffee, shall we? Oh man, this is good coffee. This is really good. So this is Border Blend coffee. Okay, I got this. This is a local coffee maker here in Oklahoma at leapcoffeeroasters.net. This is the Border Blend. Okay. They have a artist series that they're coming out with, and so they're featuring flavors from around the world. And this Border Blend is their third artist series coffee offering. It's by Ikeam Gilead. I hope I pronounced that right. They are originally from Ethiopia, now based in Oklahoma City. Border Blend is a blend of 3 African coffees chosen by their complementary notes and roasted to a light medium profile. And there are notes of honeysuckle, blueberry, and caramel. And I knew there was something a little fruity. So the blueberry and everything, it's spot on, guys. Man. It doesn't have too big of a bite. This is freshly ground coffee too, by the way. So it's kind of like unfair to the other coffees, but ooh, I'm going to have to give this a solid 8.4 out of 10. That takes the top spot, guys. I've never rated one higher. I don't think so anyways. We'll have to go back and check. I'm going to make a whole thing to do of coffees and the top 5 rankings. we will see who wins out on my favorite coffees. This is good though, guys. I'm not even kidding. It's not even that it's local. It's just that I had to buy a coffee grinder. I didn't know. Like, I bought this and it was whole bean and I was like, oh, well, that's interesting. So coffee grinders at Target are like $20, so not a big deal. Oh, and I needed one. So it's been a great day, guys. It's been a great day. So we're going to be talking about, like we said, the new deepwater berth in Portland. Let's go ahead and get that pulled up. Really? Okay. Well, it's not the indie-infused flannel-wearing Portland you're thinking of, but it's the British namesake, Portland Port in Dorset, UK. Before you go hunting for voodoo donuts, let's steer our compass towards this major maritime development that's rocking the boat, or shall I say, ships. Portland Port just threw open its doors to its newest deepwater berth, a massive $26 million project that's making waves as the largest in its port's history. I say that's a lot of afternoon tea and scones. Attended by over 150 guests, the inauguration of the new berth was an affair to remember. The Lord Lieutenant of Dorset, Angus Campbell, did the honors of unveiling a commemorative plaque, and I'm sure he did a cracking job at it. No, seriously, I hope he didn't actually crack the plaque. This deepwater berth stretches a whopping 250 meters, which is 820 feet long, with an alongside water depth of 12 meters, which is 39 feet. It's practically yelling, "Bring on the big boys." We're talking about Royal Caribbean, Quantum class vessels, Carnival Cruises, XL class ships, and the largest ships from the Cunard Line, P&O Cruises, Disney Cruise Line. Basically, this is like a penthouse suite for those big ships. The burst swung into action on April 28th with a visit from MSC ships, yet the official opening ceremony wasn't until June 23rd, 2023. I guess they wanted to make sure all the I's were dotted, the T's were crossed, and in this case, all the ropes were tied and anchors were stowed. So, for all of you cruise lovers, this means a royal treat. An estimated 130,000 travelers are set to pass through the Portland port this cruise season. That's a lot of selfies and sunsets, folks. You'll be part of an anticipated $10 million boost to the local economy. Plus, you get to bask in the unique history and natural beauty of authentic English charm in the region. What more could a cruiser ask for, really? Now we're jumping from one port story to kind of another port story, where Duluth in Minnesota, they are reporting some very interesting news that, you know, Viking Cruises has made Duluth like a kind of a home port. The cruises are starting and stopping there and having all kinds of great success in the city. And what's great is Duluth has been struggling lately. It's nice how the cruise companies can kind of step in and kind of make a difference in these communities. So in Duluth, they do have some issues that they're reporting with getting to and from hotels. And so they're working on that. If you actually book a Viking cruise, make sure, this is a tip, make sure that you get their transfer service, because otherwise they said their Uber is very, very unpredictable. It's like they've got one guy running around there. So good luck. Now we're on to some crappy news out of Canada. So man, this is kind of crazy. So in Canada, if cruise ships are coming through Canada, they don't want you dumping their gray or black water into their waters. So, and I can kind of see this. Cruise ships carry what's called gray and black water. Gray water is like your water, like you washed dishes in a sink or you ran your faucets or, you know, those kind of things. All of that water is sent to a gray water tank. Black water is sewage. They don't want cruise companies dumping the black water or gray water, for that matter, in their waters. They're going to pose a fine of $250,000 for polluting their waters. The Canadian government says that there are rules in place that, you know, the cruise companies should be following, and they expect them to follow them. So if they find out they're not being compliant, they will fine them. So let's jump on over to some interesting news with Carnival. So Carnival is celebrating... Hang on, I can fix this. So Carnival is celebrating 50 years, not only of operating within the Bahamas, but they are also celebrating 50 years of the Bahamas independence. So happy birthday, Bahamas. This is really, really cool. On board the Carnival Legend, they held what they called the Golden Jubilee Breakfast, and they invited 100 community members of the Bahamas to come on board the Carnival Legend and have a great time. This took place in Freeport while the Carnival Legend was there. Christine Duffy says, "We could not think of a better way to celebrate than with the Ministry of the Grand Bahamas as we work together to bring Carnival's cruise port destination to life, which will bring millions of visitors to experience the beauty and culture of the Grand Bahamas." Minister Moxley said, "As we reflect on the 50th year anniversary of our independence, I am so excited about the road ahead for the Grand Bahamas. Working with partners like Carnival, we are rebuilding our economy and bringing new opportunities to our residents. We say a big thank you to Carnival for continuing to be a part of this community, holding this anniversary celebration here in the Grand Bahamas and bringing a new cruise port to the island." That is so freaking cool. Here's a little tip. If you're in the Bahamas and maybe you are in Nassau, let's say you're having a good time there, not too far from port, there is the Bahamas Historical Society. It's a fabulous, fabulous place. It's a little building. When I went, they were only, you paid a donation to go in. So we gave them a couple dollars, went in, had a fantastic time. The lady that runs the place, I will say she is fantastic. She walked us through the whole building and we learned so much about the Bahamas and its history. There's just so much going on there. We asked so many questions. She talked to us for probably an hour straight and gave us so many tips and tricks for the Bahamas. She was just so open about their culture and their history and, you know, the good and the bad. It was really cool getting to go in there and see all of that and learn so much. I'm kind of a museum buff when it comes to when I'm traveling. So I really love things like this, like little local museums. And so this was so cool to kind of go in and see. But no joke, it's like a 5-minute walk from port. I actually downloaded, you can go on Google Maps and you can before you like go on your cruise, you can actually download, you know, sections of the map. And so I had downloaded the whole island. And so when we walked around, we were never lost because the GPS knew exactly where we were. So, and I had a map. I had a working map. So that was great. If you're looking for like things to add on to a walking tour from if you're going to like the Queen Staircase and places like that, this is a perfect one to kind of wrap up and come around and end your tour on. It's a good one. It's a really, really good one. And that is it for today's cruise news, guys. If you're wondering about the music change, well, it didn't happen because, well, I got it. I just never loaded it in. So I'm just now realizing. But remember, folks, life is like a voyage. You never know where the waves may take you. So stay alert, stay caffeinated, and above all else, stay cruising. All right, guys, my name's Trevor Shelby, and I'm signing off here. Smooth sailing, Pier Runners. Da-da. Bye.